This morning, Congressman George Santos battling even more allegations. This time, a credit card fraud operation that landed a former roommate in federal prison and later deported to his home country. In a sworn statement to the FBI, Justice Department, and Secret Service, that roommate, Gustavo Ribeiro Trelha, says that Santos trained him on how to skim credit cards, installing devices on ATMs to capture a cardholder's PIN and use that data to steal from victims' accounts. The statement obtained by Politico says Santos provided the equipment, and they then split the profits 50-50. Trelha was arrested in 2017 in Seattle, telling Politico he never implicated Santos because he feared the now House Republican would retaliate against his friends who were undocumented.
Jesus.
It is Friday in America, therefore, George Santos has a new scandal. Some more skeletons just piling and falling out of his closets. In this particular case, there is a man that was arrested and also deported for a credit card skimming scheme, and now he's talking. In fact, he's saying that George Santos was the mastermind behind it, allegedly. This is from this particular person's point of view. But there was something that was reported on last month in February about how George Santos was recorded in a courtroom for this guy's hearing. And he pointed out how he was an executive, worked for Goldman Sachs. That was the lie at that point that people just pointed out, how he lied in court. But they didn't know that he was in court about this, which the guy who's already been busted for it says he was a part of. Listen to this lie that we heard maybe a couple weeks ago.
Let me hear from his friend briefly. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Okay,
so how do you know this man?
We're family friends. Our parents know each other for we've known each other for a few years. We lost touch. Got back into touch back in September last year in Orlando when I was relocated from New York for work into the Orlando area.
And so what do you do for work?
I'm an aspiring politician and I work for Goldman Sachs.
You work for Goldman Sachs in New York?
Yep, sure do. I work for Goldman Sachs in New York. So in saying that, people are like, oh, this guy's a liar. In fact, he's lying in court for his criminal friend. Oh no, because this is the rest of what his little back and forth with that judge was about, which this guy Trelha, who was busted here, he says this part is the lie that he's trying to eliminate himself from. Watch more.
And so you've rented a room or something for him?
I'm just pending your decision here so I can finalize a long extended stay apart through Airbnb or whatever website it is. Right now I'm in the hotel by the state.
And you're gonna do this for him if he's released?
Well, his family is the one actually sending the money over to make sure we take care of everything that he needs, and I'm to comply for everything here, as far as support.
And where's his family?
His family's in Brazil.
In Brazil. What part of Brazil?
They're in Santos.
Okay, is that where your family is?
Oh no, my family's from Rio.
So he said he's a family friend, but in reality, at least again, let's go back to allegedly. This particular man that was busted said they met on a forum for folks from Brazil that were hanging out in Florida, in Orlando area, and then they met up, eventually became roommates. And then that's when he said the schemes began. He taught him how to do all these things. Graphic too, really fast. He said this in his sworn statement. He said, Santos taught me how to skim card information, how to clone cards. He gave me all the materials and taught me how to put skimming devices and cameras on ATM machines. That's what his New York attorney, Mark Dimitropoulos, said. He was previously questioned about the Seattle scheme by investigators for the US Secret Service, is what CBS reported. He was never charged being Santos, but the investigation does remain open. He also told an attorney friend that he was an informant in that fraud case, but Trelha insists that he was actually the mastermind. Francesca, they found a FedEx package in this guy's car when they busted him because they saw him on a Seattle security footage. He was taking one of these devices off of an ATM after they busted him. Then he said, I don't want to, it was only me, because he was afraid, because Santos on that same visit to Seattle for that court hearing went and visited him in jail and said, listen, shush, don't bring up my name. And Trelha didn't, because he was concerned about Santos potentially busting him and other folks that are undocumented in the country. So he's been staying quiet, but now that he's been busted and sent to Brazil, he's ready to talk.
Damn. Just, is there, what community won't Santos throw under the bus? What community won't he use? Preying on, there's definitely a senior citizen scandal waiting in the wings that we don't know about. He's evil Forrest Gump. You know, like everything that is bad has happened. We can trace it to, Anthony DeVolder. Here's my thing, Anthony. At this point, just sell your story to Netflix, okay? You be the the what is it, Anna? Why am I forgetting her last name?
Kasparian.
No, not the Anna Kasparian. Oh my God, no.
No.
But like, be the Anna Delvey of Congress. Thank you, Emily. It's just like you totally have a Netflix docuseries in you at this point. Each grift is a new episode, and make some money, bro. That's all you want to do. It's just I like. The real thing is, JR, when's it going to be enough for the Republican Party,
right.
like for Kevin McCarthy? Like, what's next? What's it gonna take?
You might want to pull the plug before we find about some maybe. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to assume this will be, but these charges continue to get ramped up higher and higher. It was lying about being on a college volleyball team, to then about your work, which is a big deal, and then about your credentials and the schools you went to, and now we're getting into crimes, bro. Like actual crimes that other folks that say they did it with you or have already been convicted of.
Right. To say nothing of the fact that he sexually assaulted a staffer, but I guess that's just par for the course if you're a Republican.
We had the dog issues as well. Oh, there's so many. I'm starting to forget all of these skeletons. They keep tumbling out of this closet. So there's George Santos again, and we'll see where this all gets figured out and fleshed out, and see if this stuff has some validity behind it. I'm sure he'll get chased down the halls of Congress yet again and not want to talk.